So I made this video twice already, two times, and this is going to be the third time. The first time I said something I wasn't supposed to say. The second time, it was a 16-minute video, and I couldn't upload that to YouTube because I'm not allowed to upload more than 15 minutes of video because it's a new channel. So this is the third time. So anyway, I was talking about a very specific topic. The topic is not internalizing other people's behaviors. So the example I have is that I'm not gonna say anything I'm not supposed to, so that I don't have to make the video again. Yeah. So there's this guy I interact with. Let's call him Mike. Okay, his name is Mike or Michael, but let's just go with Mike. So Mike, he naturally comes off as very aggressive and very assertive. He doesn't mean to be. He's not angry. He's not trying to hurt you. He's not trying to show off his intellect or something like that. I don't think he believes he's more intelligent than anybody else. He just naturally communicates in a very aggressive and very direct way, and he doesn't tiptoe around the point. He just says what he thinks, and it's not because he's stupid or something like that. And has nothing to do with his intelligence, nothing to do with his nature, nothing to do with his mood. It's just how he naturally is. Just like me, the way I talk. I heard that I come off professor. No, I don't. Nobody said that. No, nobody said that. I think, I don't really know how I come off, but I think I come off as kind of nervous. Actually, someone told me I come off as very confident and calm, which I thought was weird because I thought I'm very nervous and anxious and not so calm, but she said that I come off as calm and confident. Anyway, so this guy comes off as very aggressive and assertive, right? And as I was interacting with him the first time, I didn't like how aggressive he was being. I mean, why are you so aggressive? Why are you like cutting me off and saying crap? I'm trying to answer your question here. Okay, what? Sorry about that. I was thinking that what you should be doing is relaxing and paying attention to what I'm saying, because I'm giving you what you want. Why are you being so assertive? Why are you asserting nothing? You are being assertive and you're asserting something, but there's nothing to assert. Why are you being relaxed? What's wrong with you? And it was starting to make me a bit nervous. It was starting to make me a bit stuttery, and it was like I didn't like it. I really did not appreciate how aggressive he was being, and it felt very unjustifiable how aggressive and assertive he was being. I didn't like it. Like, what the fuck? What? Why? And this other guy that I work with, let's call him Stanley. Let's call him Stanley or Stan, but let's stick to Stanley. I'm using these names because the last time I made this video, I called them person A and person B, and then I forgot which one is A and which one is B. That confused the shit out of me. And yeah, so Mike and Stanley. All right, now let's talk about Stanley. Stanley, in some ways, he's kind of like me. At least I see some aspects of me in him, some degree of nervousness, some degree of self-consciousness, some difficulty in assertiveness and in being assertive. Some intellectualism, and I kind of noticed, I picked up on when he was interacting with Mike. Stanley exerted some nervous habits. He started to fidget and play with his beard. He started to be less. Like, he started to move around a lot less, physically speaking. And he started to pay more attention, physically speaking, to Mike, and he started to talk less and he started to listen more. These come off as introverted sensation to me, but it's not important what that is. If you don't know what introverted sensation means, don't be concerned about that. It's not that important. But basically, he kind of reverted into a nervous version of him because Mike was being assertive and was being aggressive. So it sort of seemed like Stanley was, in a way, internalizing Mike's aggressiveness and assertive behavior. I mean, assertiveness and aggressive behavior. But Mike isn't trying to be aggressive, isn't trying to be assertive. He's not trying to be anything. He's just being himself, how he naturally is. And what he's actually trying and intending to do is talk. He's asking Stanley a question. So he's just asking Stanley a question. That's all he was doing. Just like me right now, I'm just talking to a camera. If I come off as anything I'm not picking up on, I'm not being aware of, I don't mean to be that way. And so the whole point of this video is, okay, it's been 6 minutes. I should pay attention to the time right there. The whole point of this video, what I'm trying to say is, try to be aware of other people's nature and where they're coming from, right? So it's kind of like a vector. If you try to visualize it the way I'm visualizing it, it's kind of like a vector. It's kind of like a direction, an arrow. It's got a starting point and a direction. So it goes like this direction, right? It starts over here, goes over there. So the starting point is where this guy naturally and originally at their core is, you know, and the direction they're going is how they appear. Wait, no, the direction they're going, fuck, I forgot the analogy, damn it. I used the analogy in the last video, and I shot that video 24 hours ago exactly. Forgot that analogy. God damn, it was a good one. Son of a bitch. Excuse my French. Anyway, so this video is being too slow and probably boring for you guys. Anyway, I'll get back to it. So there's what they are and what they're putting off. So there's what they are on the inside and what they are on the outside. Now, they might not be very aware of what they are on the outside, and you, trying to be a good person, a good human being, be mindful of that. Be aware of what they come off as and what they actually are, what they're intending to be. So again, this guy, Mike, isn't trying to be aggressive. He just naturally comes off that way, and you should be mindful and aware of that and not internalize it. Don't internalize his aggressiveness. So Stanley probably, I can't tell, but probably, I don't know, but I can tell that he was internalizing Mike's aggressiveness as meaning that Stanley doesn't know what he's talking about, or meaning that Stanley is inferior, or that Stanley is not doing a good enough job, or something like that. As meaning that Stanley needs to be better at what Stanley's trying to do. So the point here is, don't internalize it. This guy is not trying to do anything. It's just being himself. If he comes off as aggressive or assertive or blah, don't take it personally. You know, just externalize what you are receiving from his aggressiveness and assertiveness. Externalize it to him. View it objectively, not subjectively, because it is about him and his nature. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. He's being just assertive. Just as assertive and aggressive with me as he was with Stanley. So it's not about Stanley. So Mike's aggressiveness with Stanley is not about Stanley. So, you know, like, don't internalize it. And once you get in the habit of not internalizing other people's negative behavior, you start to realize that everyone becomes your friend. Everyone is your friend. Everyone around you is someone that you can connect with. You get along so easily with everyone. And it's like, if you get to a certain level of like if you start to do this, being so aware of how other people come off versus how they naturally are on the inside. If you do this all the time and if you get really used to it, what the hell was I gonna say? Crap, I forgot. I'm really fucking tired. I'm really, really tired. It's been a long day. So, crap, I lost my train of thought. I don't want to bore you guys too much. So, what the hell was I talking? I completely forgot. Son of a, I completely forgot. So, wait. You know what? I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, I just remember what the fuck I was talking about. So, I think I do at least. So, by you not internalizing other people's behaviors and you seeing where they're coming from and what they're trying to do, and you get a map of this, a conceptual understanding of where they are, where they're going, how they're coming off, what they intend to do. You get this whole picture. You start to really be able to connect with everyone. I just remembered conflict shit. Okay, so you avoid conflict. You avoid conflict. That's the whole thing. So, but by you being so aware and considerate of other people, I understand that this is a bit too much to ask, and that's why you do it out of the goodness of your heart for your benefit as well as theirs. It becomes so easy to avoid conflict, and at that point, I believe I've gotten to a point where I'm that considerate of others. It gets kind of boring because people tend to really communicate and interact based off of conflicts. So by me being so aware of conflicts and so aware that conflicts are usually a bad thing, I'm not talking about fights. I'm talking about just normal disagreements or miscommunications, or this guy misunderstands that guy, and so this guy gets a bit emotional about it, and this guy is getting frustrated by this guy's emotional reaction of his misunderstanding of what this guy's trying to say. It gets kind of messy, and this thing actually happens almost all the time. I should stop before the 15-minute mark. So I'm gonna wrap this up right now, just in case. So anyway, if you get to a point where you're so aware of other people's intentions and desires and what they're trying to do with this whole thing, everyone comes off as a good person, and that's the truth. Everyone is a good individual. There are no bad people in the world. There are no people who are inherently evil. Everyone is good in some degree, at the very least, even if it's selfish, some degree of goodness in their heart in every single thing that people do and say. So by you being so aware of those things and where they're coming from and where they're going, you're avoiding conflict, because that's what people naturally do. They don't like conflict. Nobody likes conflict. So it becomes you get into this point where the world seems like your friend, and it seems like no one is trying to hurt you. That no one is you don't internalize anything. It feels so peaceful that it gets kind of boring sometimes. I have to admit, it gets kind of boring if it's so peaceful. You kind of have to get some conflict at some point in order to, to kind of exercise some muscles that require some form of conflict. So I'm gonna stop right here because I'm getting dizzy. It's been 14 minutes. I'm not gonna get to the 15-minute mark. I am not gonna do this video again. This is the last time I'm shooting this video. Alright? So I hope you enjoyed this. You probably did not. I hope you watched all the way until the end. You probably did not also. And oh yeah, this is the camera on my Galaxy S6 as opposed to the previous videos who were on my iPhone 6s. So if you prefer this camera, let me know. I don't know anything about the audio. I don't watch my videos. I don't know anything about the quality of the video. Again, I don't watch the videos. I just shoot them and I upload them. If you like, let me know and I'll use this one more often. Thank you very much. It's 10 seconds left and I'm going to stop. Bye.